Good evening and welcome to Resistance Chicks. We are your hosts, Leah and Michelle.
So, we have a casting call for refugees.
Bug flying around my head. Yeah, we have a casting call for drowning refugees. If you're good at faking like you're drowning, but you know what's really unfortunate about faking like you're drowning? You could actually splash enough water and drown yourself.
They're in life jackets.
They're like tied to the dock or something.
They're doing it. You see the thumbs up?
It's really good acting. He really, I'm convinced. Listen, if I had just seen their footage, right, you would think that that guy was going down.
They even have like microphones there with headphones.
They're clapping. They are clapping. Good job.
Yep. Pretty proud of themselves, aren't they?
That is awesome. Good job.
He's gonna swim in.
That I don't even know that bears any explanation.
Okay, so how many of you have heard that Italy can't take any more refugees?
Yeah.
If you haven't seen the Paul Joseph Watson or other videos, or there's a lot of information about these supposedly non-government ships that are supposedly bringing in refugees, and they're doing this like good work. They paid like $2,500 a person. They're just shipping everybody in, and they can't handle them anymore. But this is really disturbing.
Do you guys realize how small Italy is? It's literally Italy.
Listen to this. This is really crazy. This just came out. Do I believe the UK Daily Mail actually on this case? Yeah.
We often take,
almost,
just don't go looking at their front page because some of them got like naked people.
Almost 1,000 illegal immigrants landed in Italy yesterday after threatening to throw babies into the sea if their rusting ship was turned back. The 240-foot Monica has been spotted in international waters during the night.
Here's the thing. You don't listen to, that's terrorism. If they're threatening to throw infants into the water, those aren't the type of people you let in.
The Italian Coast Guard boats drew alongside. The crews were shocked to see men and women on board begin to dangle the infants over the side. The refugees, mostly Kurds, and many said to be heading for Britain, calmed down only when they were assured they would not be turned away from Italy. The ship was towed to the Sicilian port of Cantina, where 400 men, 200 women, and 361 children were taken to Red Cross shelters. A 21-year-old woman had earlier been lifted off by helicopter after giving birth to a girl
that they probably would have dangled over the side.
Italy's long coastline makes it one of the EU's main targets for migrants. Many head north to Milan, hoping to hide in trucks. Last week, the government officials said 3,000 illegal immigrants had been intercepted in the first 2 months of this year. This is just crazy and insane. And to top it all off, in this refugee crisis, gangs are running child prostitution rings.
The cruelty they've gone through are terrible to hear. This 18-year-old was convinced to leave Nigeria for a fake job in Mali, and then told to pay off a fictitious debt to the female trafficker through forced prostitution. She ended up doing the same thing in Libya before escaping over the sea. It took 2 years from her.
This is the way they deceive girls, that you are going to get a work and look at your family. They are suffering and you cannot continue your education. You're going to stay here. Just go and work this experience work that I'm doing. Then you will help your family. That's what he said to me.
It becomes yet more complex when you hear other...
It's buffering.
But the thing of it is that people are making thousands and thousands of dollars trafficking these people, and you wondered, why are there so many people? Well, these traffickers are going in convincing people to leave
because there's huge money in it,
and they're making tons of money on it. Yeah, exactly. So let's see,
we can always link to this video too if it doesn't play.
Let's see, let me refresh the page one more time and see what we can get.
We aren't allowed to show they're doing the same thing in Libya before escaping over the sea. It took 2 years from her.
This is the way they deceive girls, that you are going to get a work and look at your family. They are suffering and you cannot continue your education. You're going to stay here. Just go and work this experience work that I'm doing. then you will help your family. That's what he said to me.
It becomes yet more complex when you hear other stories. This 16-year-old went through the same in Libya and was then told to travel by boat to Italy with a phone number in her pocket. The gang had people both sides of the Mediterranean. They gave you a phone number and said, when you come to Italy, you must phone this number.
Yes.
That's what they said.
Yes.
And do you know who these people were?
No.
There are other stories here, girls whose mothers made them go to Europe so they wouldn't be victims of genital mutilation by men from their village. But mostly, it comes back to sex. The staff here say there are girls from certain African countries who will all have been trafficked before they get here. What's clear is that there are gangs of people operating a transcontinental child prostitution operation under cover of the migration crisis. Al Jazeera has previously seen the evidence of African children acting as prostitutes on the Italian mainland. Last year it was reported some 5,000 children, boys as well as girls, had simply vanished in Italy. The United Nations says 5,000 unaccompanied children crossed the Mediterranean in the first 4 months of this year. Faced with those numbers, Italy has enacted a new law offering refugee children the same rights as Italian ones, meaning reception centres can educate and look after them. The hope is it will break the link with the traffickers.
Certainly, if the system of protection and reception for the children is better run, more intensive and faster, it will have an impact.
The writing on the wall tells a story of broken children painstakingly being put back together by people.
You get the point. When you really think about this, you're sad for them, right? But what's happening in their country, you know, in Nigeria where they're coming from, some of them are coming from Somalia, you know, our governments have created these refugee crises. They have gone in, destabilized countries.
Yeah, there's complete civil unrest
in a lot of these places, and it's better to make their homeland better to be, live in, than to bring them in. Oh, like, you're only going to be able to help a few thousand. And what are you going to do with these kids? It's just a sad mess, and George Soros can be thanked.
Oh yeah, or blamed. And well, I have to really watch what I say now, because I do not appreciate people threatening, you know, like the president, like Kathy Griffin and stuff like that. But when I talk about George Soros, I do want to just talk about shooting him. I can't help it. I'm sorry. Okay. So there you go.
Mine, I will pay it.
Exactly. It's all in jest. I'm not serious. Really. Okay.
You know what? If you did, another one would rise up.
You're right.
There's other guys around him anyway, so it doesn't do any good.
Exactly.
We need justice, God.
Bingo. Okay, you guys, this is going to round off this episode of Resistance Chicks, where it is not a conspiracy theory if it's the truth. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Mass Faith 3 and our other channel, Resistance Chicks. Ring that bell so you get notifications every time we put out a new video. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, VidMe, and Blogger, Isaiah 58 Ministries. We love you, God loves you, and God bless.
Cold all alone, no place for